Leadership challenges in education today are complex and evolving due to globalization, technology, and culture shift. Key issues include limited resources in rural areas, the need for policy reform, lack of professional development, and ethical integration of AI. For example, studies in Pakistan and Malaysia highlight the policy gaps and rural inequalities, while research in China in international context show how transformational and empowering leadership with AI can improve outcomes, but also brings ethical and practical challenges. Additionally, leaders face communication gaps, cultural conflict, and increased workloads, making ethical governance, transparency, and adaptability essential. Therefore, understanding these challenges is crucial to shaping effective, innovative, and morally grounded leadership in today's fast-changing global education landscape.
Now let's move on to the objective. Moving on to objective. First, we aim to assess how leadership challenges can impact both leadership effectiveness and academic performance. Leadership plays a central role in shaping school outcomes, so understanding this obstacle is very crucial. Second, we explore the relationship between teachers' leadership and their self-efficacy, or how confident they feel in their ability to lead. Next, we identify the main challenges that school leaders face when trying to adopt and implement AI technologies in education, especially in an era of rapid digital change. We also want to assess how teacher leadership directly affects students' performance and contributes to the overall school improvement. Lastly, this seeks to raise awareness about the importance of accountable leadership in driving institutional performance and nurturing a strong academic culture. This objective guides our investigation into how leadership shapes the educational landscape.
Leadership can be tough. Leadership in a crisis can be even tougher.
According to Zakaria, school leaders in Malaysia often lack of professional development, so they are less exposed to the training which is it affects their ability to lead and improve their school. So this is a major reason why rural schools struggle compared to urban ones. Most studies on teacher leadership are based on Western settings, so this creates a gap between understanding on how leadership looks in diverse cultures like Malaysia. In Malaysia, teachers face multiple challenges. So many are overloaded with curricular duties and paperwork. So on top of that, low salaries and limited career growth have made teaching less attractive. So the review emphasizes for better rewards and less admin burden to allow teachers to focus on real education work. According to NASI, school leaders in Pakistan face pressure to follow international education standards. So, however, with outdated system and limited resources, it's very difficult. So, the author suggests that the leadership training must be matched local realities for real progress to happen. 5. The issue of technology is also a major concern. As mentioned by Williamson and Annan, many school leaders are not prepared for the rapid development of AI, which is artificial intelligence. So they don't reject technology, but they lack of the digital technology knowledge to use it effectively in school. So this causes school miss out on useful innovation. In a study, Yansu on international school in Beijing, China, their unclear leadership limits creativity in teaching. So when teachers don't get enough proper guidance or freedom, they lose confidence and stop trying new ideas. Clear and empowering leadership is needed to support innovation in the classroom, such as having a different kind of activities that can attract students to study more. According to Gani, Malaysian teachers are being asked to do more but with a little support. So they are expected to keep up with the modern teaching, digital tools and holistic student development, but often without a training recognition or resources. This gap lowers moral and affects leadership quality. 5. The issue of technology is also a major concern. As mentioned by Williamson and Annan, many school leaders are not prepared for the rapid development of AI, which is artificial intelligence. So they don't reject technology, but they lack of the digital technology knowledge to use it effectively in school. So this causes school miss out on useful innovation. The issue of leadership in higher education was raised by Fernandez in 2024. So in Malaysia, there have been a serious cases involving unethical practices like ignorant misconduct or prioritizing personal ties over justice. So these examples show a bigger crisis in accountability which threatens public trust in universities. Lastly, as pointed out by Iskandar and Hasim, weak leadership in school affects student outcomes directly. So when teachers are unmotivated, unsupported and overwhelmed, schools struggle to create a healthy, productive learning environment.
But I've got a solution.
In Malaysia, school principals often don't get enough training or ongoing support. They deal with poor infrastructure, limited internet access, and few opportunities to upgrade their skills. Without proper professional development or backup staff, they end up handling everything by themselves, leaving little time to focus on improving teaching and learning. The result, these leaders are left at a disadvantage compared to urban schools, and the system doesn't offer them a fair chance to succeed. This is a problem because schools in Asia like Malaysia and China, they tell how teachers from different cultures view leadership and their own abilities. The researcher missed how teachers from other backgrounds might see and feel leadership in completely different ways. In Malaysia, many teachers are doing too much work. They handle admin work, co-curriculum tasks, and still have to teach students. But they receive low pay. This causes teacher stress, burnout, and low motivation. In Pakistan, schools are told to follow international standards, but in reality, they don't have enough training for teachers, good tools, or good infrastructure for school. This will create a lot of pressure for schools leaders. Teachers are not ready for modern technology like AI. This is because they don't feel confident to using it. It shows that leadership training is not keeping up with the times. Leadership is unclear and too strict. It stops teachers from trying new ideas in school. If teachers don't feel supported, they won't take risks and that will block progress in education. Teachers in Malaysia are doing more than before, but they don't feel appreciated. They need encouragement, fair treatment, and recognition. Otherwise, we will risk losing good teachers. Many young leaders like teachers don't know how to resolve conflict. Conflict like ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance issue. They depend too much on formal rules. What they need are soft skills like empathy and communication. Serious issue with leadership, especially in Malaysia universities. Some leaders simply cover up their mistake or favor certain people, such as rich or intelligent students. This will damage the trust of students and staff and create an unhealthy environment. When leadership is weak, the whole school suffers. Teachers lose direction and students don't get the quality of education that they deserve. This is the most serious impact of poor leadership.
In conclusion, the current educational leadership in Malaysia face big challenges, including lack of resources in rural school, rapid changes in technology like AI, and overworked teachers who feel underappreciated. Leaders are expected to handle many responsibilities with limited support, which affect motivation and leadership potential among teachers. Effective leadership is not just about making decisions, but require fairness, clear communication, strong value, adaptability, conflict resolution, and nurturing others. However, without proper training, resources and recognition, even passionate leaders can feel stuck. To improve leadership, collaboration between the government, school and society is needed with better salaries, quality professional development and ethical leadership promotion. This will help educators feel valued and empowered, allowing leadership to truly shape a better future for students and the community.
Moving on to the recommendations. In terms of recommendation, we believe the first step must come from the government. The Ministry of Education should invest in regular, practical training for teachers and school leaders, not just focusing on administrative tasks, but also skills like ethical decision-making, creativity, and conflict resolution. Schools must be equipped with proper resources, such as better infrastructure and instructional materials. Reducing unnecessary paperwork is also a key, so school leaders can focus on what really matters, like leading and innovating. We also recommend increased support, especially for rural schools, through government grants or partnership with the private sector. At the same time, teachers need to feel valued. Fair pay, professional recognition, and dual career pathways, either in teaching or leadership, can help attract and retain Another talent. Vital area is the integration of artificial intelligence. Educators must be trained not only in how to use AI tools effectively, but also how to handle data privacy and ethical concerns responsibly. Finally, leadership programs should include negotiation and mediation training. Leaders who can resolve conflict calmly and fairly build stronger, more cooperative school environment. When teachers and leaders feel heard and supported, long-term change becomes possible.